Good morning, everybody. This is Pastor Mike with a word from 2 Kings 6, verses 15 through 17. When the servant of the man of God went out early in the morning, behold, an army with horses and chariots was all around the city. And the servant said, "Oh, my Lord, what shall we do?" Then he said, "Do not be afraid, for those who are with us are greater than those who are with them." Then Elisha prayed and said, "O Lord, please open his eyes that he may see." So the Lord opened his eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire all around Elisha. Now in this passage, the army of Aram, which is sometimes called Syria in different Bible versions, is devising a plan to capture Elisha. So Aram has been warring with Israel, and this happens on and off. There's times when Israel and Aram get along, and there's times when they war against each other. You can look at in Isaiah, you see that Israel's king and Aram's king are trying to form an alliance to stand up against the Assyrians. And then here in this passage, you see that they're once again fighting. And so the king of Aram is trying to set a trap for Israel. But every time he does, somebody tips off the Israel's king, and his plan never comes to fruition. So he's starting to think that there's an insider threat, that there's somebody within Aram's army that is tipping off Israel. But one of his servants tells the king, "Lord, it's the prophet Elisha, that he hears everything that you say inside your room." And so now he has to come get Elisha in order to set his trap for Israel. And so that's what's happening here. And so Elisha's servant comes out and he sees this great army, and he's frightened. Now he probably doesn't know that the army's there to capture Elisha, but he definitely knows they're not there to sell cookies. And so he's scared at the sight that he sees coming outside. What he saw was very real. There was an army there. There was a threat. There was danger. What he felt was not real. He felt defeated. He felt conquered. He felt that there was nothing that could be done about this army that stood before him. We do this all the time in our life. We see financial problems and we feel defeated. We feel conquered. We feel that there's nothing that can be done. We see illness, cancer, some sort of disease. We see alcoholism. We see addiction to pornography. We see problems in our relationships. We see all sorts of problems in our lives. And when we see them, we become overwhelmed at the sight of it. And we feel defeated. We feel conquered. We feel as if the challenge that stands before us is too great for us to handle ourselves. But just beyond the visible, just beyond the reality that sits before us, is another reality. And that reality is our God. A God who is stronger than the challenges that sit before us. And that is what should dictate our faith. Not the visible, but that what lies just beyond the visible. So let me encourage you, do not let the visible dictate your faith in the invisible God. And with that, let me say, God bless you all. Live your life beyond the visible, and we'll talk more next time.